Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sid Meier's Alien Crossfire. This is a kind of old game from 1999, and it's basically Civilization set in space. Really cool game. I haven't played it for a little while, and I'm not particularly amazing at it. However, I have been playing a lot of Civilization 5 recently, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be quite good at this. And we're running through... Alien Crossfire is the expansion pack for Alpha Centauri. Centauri. I will probably mispronounce it a lot of times during this playthrough, but hopefully you'll forgive me for that. I've mixed the old and the new factions, so those are the ones from the original Alpha Centauri and those from Alien Crossfire, and these include a couple of these weird alien guys, and I'm not really that familiar with exactly what those factions do. The reason that I've randomised is firstly because I just wanted to do a kind of normal run through of the game a little bit, and I would normally play, I think, as this chap here. I can't remember what his name is, but I think he's like the kind of science guy. I think he works for a place called the University. So I'm relatively familiar with these guys. This is kind of like the lore guy. She is like the kind of warfare kind of person. I think this guy might be something to do with religion or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't really know what any of these people do. We're going to find out. Maybe none of them will appear. Maybe none of these guys will appear. I don't know who we're playing as. I just am kind of hoping that we're not playing as one of the weird aliens. Anyway, we're gonna crack on. But seeing as this is the first time that I'm playing it through on my channel, I'm planning on doing a couple of runs. Hopefully, I'll be able to speak properly during these runs and not fall over my words like I seem to be doing at the moment. Anyway, let's read through. There's a nice thing about this game is there's kind of a story going along at the same time. So we're obviously playing as Santiago, and I don't know exactly who that is. We'll find out. A new era of struggle and opportunity awaits you. The UN starship Unity has arrived in the Alpha Centauri system after a 40-year voyage. All contact with Earth has been lost. After Captain Garland's assassination by an unknown assailant, the crew mutinied and split into factions. In the ensuing conflict, some seized control of the Unity's colony pods. You now shape the destiny of your Spartan factions, which has just made Planetfall. So yeah, we're playing Spartan, which is the warlike faction. I apologise in advance as well of the screen resolution that is set up here. I know that it's unless I've managed to fix it before I published it on YouTube. The game is kind of stretched because of the screen resolution being a bunch of crap because it's an old game, but never mind, hopefully you'll be able to deal with that. We're going to crack on. The name of our first base is going to be called Sparta's Command. Why the hell not, eh? And we start off with one of these little rover vehicles. I really don't especially like the way that this game controls. You move the units around using the number pad, unless you want to right click and move using unit here. I wish there was a hotkey for this. It just makes so much sense, but as far as I can work out, there's no way of rebinding the hotkeys. If there is, then let me know and I'll try and work with that. Otherwise, we're just going to have to move things around with number pad, which, you know, isn't the end of the world. I don't know why he didn't move. I think that what it is, there is this xenofungus and a river here, which restricts movement a little bit. But before we finish our term, I wish you could zoom in a little bit, but you can't, never mind. It's an old game. You've got to forgive it a little bit. We're going to check out our city. Now, anybody who's played any of the Civilization games will kind of recognise this interface. We've got growth in 20 turns, and then at that point we're going to have a second citizen, I believe. Yes, I think this number here is telling us how many citizens we've got. I can't see exactly where on here it's telling us how many citizens we've got, but never mind. So yeah, we're growing in 20 turns. We're producing 2 food, 1 mineral and 2 energy from the city itself, and then we're working this single tile here. We can take this guy off, and then we can reassign as we will. We can't work the xenofungus, apparently. It would be nice if it told you before you clicked on it what it was going to produce, and maybe that's something that we can find in the menus. So we'll check that out in a minute. What's this doing? I mean, you don't have to click off and then click on again. But it seems that the best thing to do is to work this river, because it's going to give us one of everything. So that means we're getting a total of 3 nutrients, and 2 of which are being eaten. One of the great things about the information that you get from more modern civilization games is that every single bit of information on the screen is broken down. You'll be seeing exactly where all the numbers are going here and there and everywhere. Here, maybe there's somewhere that can sort of explain to me exactly why it's 2 food that's being eaten. I presume it's because the city consumes 1 itself, and then we have 1 citizen, so that's 2 in total. I imagine that that's how it's working. Minerals, we're not having any consumed at the moment, and I don't know exactly what it is that consumes minerals. Same with energy. I imagine that buildings are the ones that consume energy. If allocation of energy is here, and maybe that's something that we can figure out at some point later. We just have that 1 buggy at the moment, so we're gonna possibly want to build a colony pod. I don't know whether I do. I don't know. There's something about civilization that I'm always loath to build a second city too soon. But I think in this case, building a bunch of cities early on is a good move. Now, because we're playing as Sparta, we're going to want to really focus on combat. So we're going to try and build up as many armies as possible, and then just forcefully take over the entire world, which is not especially the way that I like to play, but it's a way of a good way of starting, I suppose. It's nice and easy to do. If you're just focusing on troops and taking things over, you don't have to worry about being too diplomatic or focusing on the right technologies or anything. I mean, you still have to focus on the right technologies, still have to get all of the combat technologies correct and everything. But yes, anyway, I'll try and stop waffling. We're building a colony pod already, so we'll just leave that there. This has got the hurry command, which is something that Civilization doesn't really have anymore, which is cool. You can, expend probably additional energy or something. In fact, as we're building this, we could go into... no, that doesn't really help, especially. We'll not worry about that too much. What we do want to do is maybe have a look at some of the other options that we've got available. Now, I don't... Oh, yeah, that looks a little bit weird. Social engineering. Half of this Let's Play is going to be a little bit of me getting back together with the rules of the game. I mean, it was only about 6 months ago that I played it, but I guess because I've been playing Civilization, I've kind of forgotten how all of this works. But this is our social policies, effectively. And these are telling you exactly how they do it, and then everything is summarized here. We've got extra morale in combat, can use up to 2 military units as police, so that's good for, because a lot of the times you get problems with people in the city that are rebelling or some such because they have too much free will or something like that. Mineral costs increased by 10%. I'm not sure exactly what that's doing. I suppose that is because we don't have very good industry, then things cost more to make. Never mind, we can deal with that. So that's the social engineering. Research priorities. We're looking at discover and conquer. I'm going to leave these as they are because I'm going to kind of play in character with this. Normally I'd like to just sort of pick exactly which skill I wanted to choose next, but I'm going to focus on these two and sort of take their advice on what we're going to follow through. I didn't mean to especially say follow through in that sentence, but what's done is done. One of the amazing things about this game that I think really sold it to a lot of people originally was the fact that you could design all of your units. It's great, fantastic that you can do it. However, I always find myself being a little bit overwhelmed with what you can do here. You've got different power sources that I guess control how much movement that the thing has, and you've got your different weapons, your shieldings, various special abilities, none of which we've unlocked at the moment, and then you can unlock different chassis, which effectively says what type of unit you're designing, whether it's the infantry, whether it's a speeder. You've got the helicopters, jets, boats. I think this is a missile or something. So yeah, that's really cool. We're not going to worry about that at the moment. We're just sort of going through all the different menus and working out. This is effectively the help menu, which we may have a look at every now and then, just because I've got no idea what we're doing. This is the technologies and sciences, basically. So we're trying to develop biogenetics. If we can, I guess we go to the data link for this. It's telling us that it's going to give us recycling tanks and lead to the Human Genome Project, or allow us to build the Human Genome Project. So that's giving us extra guys in the base. Talents are psychs and drones and stuff, I think. But we'll get to that at some point. I can't remember what else, if anything, there's much of use. I mean, this is sort of just telling us about how much energy we're using on various vehicles. I don't know whether units cost energy, but buildings in our base are definitely going to cost us energy. This kind of stuff I don't think is particularly useful for us at the moment. I think this is just sort of summarising what our bases are doing. So what we're going to do, I suppose, is to finish our turn, and we're going to discover one of these pods here. I guess that you can't just click on something to find out exactly what it does, but these little pods generally, they're like finding the ruins in Civilization. They will give you something, some kind of reward. So it's best, it's good that we have a speeder and we can travel around the planet quickly and find a lot of these things. So this wasn't a pod at all, but an alien artifact. We should take it to the base containing a network node for further study. Currently we don't have a network node, but what we'll do is just move it into our base and wait until we have one. Network nodes, I believe, are like science building sort of thing. I mean, we can't actually build one yet. But what we can do is go into our data links and try and find a network node. It will tell us, there we go, we need information networks, and it basically increases our science and can study the alien artifacts, which will give us unit, prototype, secret projects, various stuff like that. Excellent, cool. So we're then going to move our vehicle to try and get to those two things there. And yeah, hope that we don't come across anybody too soon. Okay, we're confirming this research. I don't know whether that means that we have discovered something. I really need to learn these hotkeys so that I can... so breakthroughs every 7 years, next breakthrough anticipated in 5 years. And I think potentially that each turn is 1 year. Probably not. Per turn, 2. Don't know. I'm sure there is a... So it's 2105. If we move this guy... Oh, I found a mysterious monolith. I think that we're going to investigate it. I don't know whether there's any dangers associated with these monoliths, but The arcane technology of the monolith enhanced our units to hardened status. So that's essentially given our unit extra experience. We're going to remember that H is the key that we're going to use to hold units in various places, so we're just going to keep that alien artifact there and hopefully not forget about it by the time that we've researched a network node. So that was 2105, so it is 1 year per turn, and our car can move 2 turns, Sorry, I'm unable to speak at the moment because I think I'm just about to sneeze. I think it's probably one of the worst things in the world when you really need to sneeze and you just can't. Anyway, let's try and actually get some stuff done. This has given us an energy bonus. It's a uranium. So it's something that we can't actually work from our current city. I don't know whether the cities do expand. I presume that they probably do. Or whether we're going to need to build a city over there. But never mind, let's continue to explore more. I'm not entirely sure what direction that we should go in, but I guess we'll just
Production complete.
Keep going. Okay, so we've got a new colony pod. And we're going to zoom to the... Oh, we've also made a technological breakthrough.
Though the song of yesterday fades into the challenge of tomorrow, God still watches and judges us. Evil lurks in the data links, as it lurked in the streets of yesteryear. But it was never the streets that were evil.
I don't think that we're going to listen to... yes, okay, yeah, even the person who said it. We're not going to listen to every single quote that comes along. But now we have the ability to build a network node. So we could potentially do that straight away and then research that alien artifact. It's giving us a choice of the different technologies that we're able to choose next. So, non-linear mathematics will give us a new weapon. Polymorphic software, heavy artillery, so that's another good thing for us weapon-wise. And planetary networks, probe team. So probe team, I believe they're essentially spies. Hologram theatre, virtual world, they're things that help your happiness inside your city, and also you can build a new type of citizen. So, excellent. We're going to keep with this, which we've discovered information networks. First research breakthrough since Planetfall. The pirates made mankind's first breakthrough. So we're slightly behind on science, but that's to be expected. Excellent. Right. Well, we built a colony pod. I don't think we really want to build another one straight away. I think what I do want to build is another scout rover, because I want to try and explore and claim as much land as possible as quickly as possible. We've still got another 12 turns until our city grows. So, excellent. Where are we going to send this? I have got absolutely no idea. These squares, rolling arid, they give uranium. We can sort of discover exactly. Oh wow, we definitely should be researching that. That's the kind of thing that you should really like auto assign, I suppose. It's one of these things. So yeah, I think that these aren't going to be amazing. Info on this square, that's what we want. Look, we can just click on it. So, nutrients 0, minerals 1, energy 1. So, it's not particularly good for food, but never mind. You know, we could build something by the sea, and that's given it, well, it's still giving us nothing, actually. I would have thought it would have done. Ocean shelf with sea fungus. And that's my alarm to finish recording this video. We haven't achieved very much, and we've just discovered an indigenous life form. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you join me on the next video where we fight this combat over here and try and find somewhere to settle our new city. Okay, thanks for watching.